Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Good students. So we have completed that 18 lessons. Now I am planning to take you the last lessons, the company law and secretarial practice. Because these lessons are very important. Introduction of these lessons we have learned in the 11th standard also. Other the entrepreneurial factors, then the environmental factors. These two, there are chances for them to remove. Okay, either these two units, at least any one of the units they can delete. That is why I am explaining you the next unit. Okay, the last unit, company law and practice. Okay, that one, the first one, the Companies Act 2013. Okay, I will explain with the help of the book itself. Okay, because some law, it is law that as my own I cannot explain. Okay, what is there only you have to learn. Okay, students. We know what is company, isn't it? We know that a company is a corporation in business. This company has its origin in the world around 4th BC. Okay, because in the Arthashastra written by Kautilya, uh, as it is said for accountancy also, this commerce, this companies, large scale industries, company form of organization is also explained in Arthashastra. So around 4th century BC, 400, around 2500 years before, this company form of organization has been evolved. Okay, because this company form of organization in practical we learn it was started around in the year in the centuries 18th 19th century, especially 19th and 20th, but we could see its origin in the Arthashastra's days. Okay, we know that company form of organization has been evolved after the evolution of what? The sole proprietorship organization and partnership form. Because we have learned the all the types of organization. First one, a single person starts a business, that is called sole proprietorship form of organization. Second one, partnership form of organization. There either two or more persons join together and they carry on a business. Okay, the profit will be shared among them. That you know, because we learned that one in the accountancy also. Okay, then since there are some limitations in these two organizations, because if the partners that they stop the business, or if two partners share and or start an organization, if one of them dies, or he becomes mentally retarded, then the running of that business organization is a question mark. So sometimes it may come to an end. And another limitation in these two organizations are not unlimited liability. Because if the company assets are not enough to pay back the company debts, company's liabilities, then his own private assets, private properties are also included to pay back the business debts. Okay, that is one great drawback in these two types of organizations. And in order to overcome these two limitations only, they have evolved the large scale organization, that is company form of organization. So when it has been evolved, when the law has been started in India, you will see in India we know we were ruled by British, isn't it? That means the England. So we should know something about the England Companies Act. Okay. There some merchants only joined together and they have started one merchants organization. Okay, because that is related to business, isn't it? So they have started one organization. And first in the year 1600, that the British East India Company has been established. So okay, the British has established one company, that is East India Company. That was established by a royal charter. Royal means the king or queen. Usually we know that Victoria Queen, she was ruling India, isn't it? So the king family, they got, that charter means one law. Okay, in their law only they have established this company, East India Company. So the first time in 1600 only the East India Company has been established. Then after that, even in England, the Joint Stock Companies Act was passed. Okay, first one East India Company has been started, but Joint Stock Companies Act has been passed in the year 1844. Okay, only in India, in England, they have started for the first time in 1844. Then after 1844, then in 1850, now only they are starting in India. Okay, this one is the base, which one, the Joint Stock Companies Act, Indian, that England Joint Stock Companies as the base. They have started one act in India. So we can register our companies, or usually they only might have started the companies. So all the companies which have been started in India can be registered under this act. Which act? Joint Stock Companies Act 1844. Okay, but for our in India they have started only in 1857. Okay, one separate act. What? Joint Stock Companies Act. In 1857, in India, they have passed one act. Okay, but after that, in 1913, they have passed special Indian Companies Act. Okay, their Joint Stock Companies Act in 1857 they have started, but Companies Act 1913 was passed in the year 1913. Okay, here only they have introduced many private companies. Okay, private companies can be started in this Indian Companies Act. Okay, so after independence, after 1913, after 1947, they have appointed one committee. That committee's name was Baba Committee, Sri H.C. Baba Committee in the year 1950. Okay, as per his recommendation, who? Baba's committee, the one person committee. Okay, as per his recommendations, and they have already one act in that English Companies Act. Joining these two, they have introduced another act, 1956. Okay, they have introduced this act in the parliament. Okay, in the parliament only they have introduced that act. Then in the same year that it came into force, okay, 1956, April 1st, they have started the Companies Act in India. That is the main act, Companies Act 1956 we say. Okay, what are the main objectives of the Companies Act? Okay, we know companies, the owners are the shareholders, we know. So in order to protect the interest of the shareholders, and many other objectives are there. Okay, the main objectives of the company law means Companies Act 1956, to sustain trust and faith of shareholders. Okay, because the shareholders will be all over the country, but the company will be situated in a particular place. So the shareholders may not know what is going on inside the company. Okay, so the Companies Act is providing many provisions in order to sustain the trust and faith of the shareholders. Okay, only then they can invest in the companies, big companies. So their main aim is to sustain the trust and faith of shareholders. Then again they have to protect and preserve the rights of shareholders. That is again the main objective. Then they have to control over all the activities of the company, not only the shareholders, all the activities, its production, its management, okay, then external factors, everything they have to have control. If anything is not as per the law, then they can take some actions also against the management. So to have drastic control over all the activities of the company. Then to make regulation of an effective annual meeting, because if there is annual meeting only, they can discuss, they can have discussions about many issues. Okay, at least once in a year all the shareholders have to come together. Okay, that shareholders meeting is called annual meeting. Okay, so that is the main objective, to conduct at least every to conduct the effective annual meeting. Okay, that what and all that you will learn in the next lesson. Okay, to conduct the annual meeting, what all the notice must be given, before how many days, and during the meeting what matters must be discussed. Everything must be informed to the shareholders. So that is another important objective. Okay, then the general public is investing, isn't it? Because the shareholders, they pay some amount and then only they become the shareholders, the members. That means they have invested many more amount in the company. So that investment must be used for the development of the society, and that any unwanted purposes, their investment may not be spent, isn't it? For so either it must be used for the development of the society, or it must be used for any social welfare activities, that also. Okay, for what purpose they are using their investment, that means the general public's investment. Okay, they are the main objectives of the Companies Act 1956, when it came into force 1st April 1956. Understood, students? Next heading, then we will learn what are the amendments. It was passed in the year 1956, isn't it? And after that, from to this century, okay, 21st century, from 2006 to 2009, they have made many changes in that act. Okay, especially the first change is, along with that one board was functioning, Company Law Board. Okay, they have abolished that Company Law Board, and instead of Company Law Board, they have introduced National Company Law Tribunal. Okay, so Company Law Board was abolished. Instead of Company Law Board, they have formed the National Company Law Tribunal. Okay, then any sick companies means what? The companies which are not able to earn good profit. Okay, the companies which are not able to earn more profits, they are called sick companies. So the rehabilitation, so the government may support these companies, sick companies, that is called rehabilitation of sick companies. That will be undertaken by this National Company Law Tribunal. Okay, not by that old one, another board was there. Okay, Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. So instead of this one, this company law tribunal was given more rights to take the rehabilitation work of sick companies. Okay, this one BIFR, this Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction, they were given earlier to take care of the to do the rehabilitation work of sick companies. Okay, that is only explained here also, the same thing. Now it has been given. That one was done in the year 2003. Okay. Then after many days, after 2009, in 2013, this Companies Act, which Companies Act? Companies Act 1956 has been amended. Okay, amended in the year 2013. Okay, very recently. Okay, in this decade only. Okay, so they have amended. What all when they have done this amendment? In 2013. So this we will read. Okay, what is there in the Companies Act 2019? In which year? 2013, August 29th, it was passed in the Lok Sabha. Okay. Okay, in the Lok Sabha it was passed. No, it was given as a bill on 29th August. But it was passed in Lok Sabha on 18th December 2012 previously. Okay, then in two Sabha, we know Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, isn't it? So in these two, that one in our parliament houses, we say, isn't it? Both the houses of parliament. Lok Sabha on 18th December and in Rajya Sabha on 8th August next year. First it must be passed in the Lok Sabha. Then afterwards it should be passed in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, 8th August 2013. Okay, after this only, 29th August only, it was passed as an act. Okay, in this act, we have 29 chapters. Okay, 29 chapter, 470 sections and 7 schedules. But in 1956, we have only 13 chapters. Now we see again 16 chapters they have included. Okay, but the sections 470, but previously we had 658 sections. In the same way, schedule also has been reduced from 15 to 7. Why these chapters have been increased? Because they had included many field. Okay, the registered valuers, then government companies, then information or statistics, then Nidhi Udyog. Okay, many Nidhis there, the National Company Law Tribunal and Appellate Tribunal, and again some special courts. All these have been included in this Act 2013. Okay. This one just we will have a glance, because what are the new amendments from the old one? Okay, because even 2 years before, all the students have learned this one only. These are the changes made within 1 year. Okay, what are the things they have included? Okay, first one about the incorporation of the company. What is the meaning incorporation? Registration of the company. Related to the registration of the company, how many types of companies were there? Before we had only 2 types of companies. Okay, public company and private company. Now they have included 1-person company, because there is no chance. Company itself means what? Minimum. Private company 2 persons, public company 7 persons. Now they have included 1-person company also. Okay, if a person has enough amount to invest, he can start a company. Then maximum number of members. Before we studied 50. Understand? Now the private company can have maximum of 200 members. Okay. Now you see here it is given 1% company is the new concept introduced. Before it was not at all there. Okay. Entirely new one. Then commencement of business. This you should have an understanding. What is commencement of business? Here they can public company can start its business after getting one certificate of commencement of business. Okay, but private companies can start the business when they are getting the certificate of incorporation. Okay, so here now what they have introduced, what is the changes they have made? Now it is applicable to all companies having share capital. Okay, that means if it is private or public company, any company which is having share capital must start its business only after receiving the certificate of commencement of business. Okay, now this one, memorandum of association. This is the main document. Okay, two documents they are having. One is MOA, Memorandum of Association. Another one, Articles of Association. Here the changes is made only in the Memorandum of Association. There we have many class. Okay, object class, situation class. Okay, objective class. So in this objective class, what is the change made? Okay, Memorandum of Association contain the objects for which the company is proposed to be incorporated. All the objects means we know the objectives, main aims for which a company is to be incorporated. And all other matters that means related to the objects must be furnished. Okay, it must contain all the objects for which the company is to be incorporated. That means all the aims. Understand? May not leave any objectives, and any other matter related to these objectives must also be included in the object class. Then the key managerial personnel, KMP in short. Okay, only here it is available. That is given in separate section. Okay, separate section 251. Here KMP includes, there we have only the managerial personnel means the directors. Okay, here you see who are all together called KMP. CEO, Chief Executive Officer. MD, Managing Director or Manager. Then company secretary, then whole-time director, okay, full-time, then whole-time director, then chief financial officer and such other officers. All these people together called key managerial personnel. That means the manager, secretary, directors, officers, okay, everybody together called KMP. Now, because this is new, their appointment is also given. How to appoint them. Okay, that is given in section 203. So, here what is mentioned. Every company belonging to class or classes of companies as may be prescribed shall have KMPs. Okay, KMPs, MD or CEO or manager in absence of a whole-time director. Okay, if there is no whole-time director, it must have one MD or one CEO or one manager. Then company secretary, chief financial officer. Okay, they must have. Then regarding the issue of share capital. Okay, now KMP over that appointment. Then who are the key managerial personnel? then a memorandum of association, then about the incorporation of the company is given. Now we will see the issue of share capital. Okay, then before they have issued shares at a discount. We know premium, issue of shares at premium, that we will learn in the company accounts. Okay, next we are going to learn seventh chapter I think. Okay, there we will learn. Okay, but here now in this book you do not have issuing shares at a discount, because after 2013 in the companies it is banned. Okay, shares other than sweat equity share. So here exception is there. Sweat equity shares and can be issued at discount. Okay, all the other shares cannot be issued at a discount. Then issue of preference shares for more than 20 years. Here in before we had that preference shares. What is the meaning of preference shares means? They have the preference to get the dividend and to get the capital redeemed before the equity share capital. Okay, so this that preference shares must be issued, cannot be issued for more than 20 years. Within 20 years those preference shares must be redeemed. Okay, that is the condition of preference shares. But now they have extended if it is for some infrastructure project. That means that infrastructure will be completed after 20 years, 40 years, 50 years. Okay, so for that projects they can issue the preference shares which have the period above 20 years. Okay, but they have to redeem a certain percentage of share annually. Okay, or their wish, as per the wish of the shareholders, they can redeem annually, little by little. Okay, but it can be redeemed after 20 years of period. Okay. Then next, regarding the notice of alteration of share capital. That means here we have studied, isn't it? The shares must be redeemed. That means what is the meaning redeemed? They will repay the share amount. Okay, so no more they are the shareholders. Here, once the shares are redeemed, what the company has to do? Company has to file those redemption with the registrar. Okay, the details of the redemption to the registrar within a period of 30 days. Okay, after the redemption of the redeemable preference shares. Okay, because many kinds of preference shares are there. Okay, that redeemable preference shares, then participating preference shares. Okay, many types of preference shares are there. Again, the last heading about the consolidation and division of shares. Now, if the shares are increased, then voting power also will get increased. But if the division of shares, some of the shares are sold away, then the shareholders' rights will get reduced. Okay, their powers get reduced. As per the number of share only, they have the rights in that means the voting percentage in the company. Okay, so there is changes among the voting percentage of the shareholders. This must be got approval from the company law tribunal. Okay, if there is any consolidation of share or any division of share, that will give result for the changes in the voting percentage of the shareholders. So if there is any change regarding their voting powers, that must be informed to they have to get approval from the company law tribunal. Okay, that they have to do. Okay, this one just for your understanding only. Okay, all this about the company Act. Okay, about the Companies Act from the beginning of 1956 and all the changes that they have made in the new Companies Act 2013. Okay, students, so read this one. I don't think I will check whether any questions available. Here you have to read this one. Okay. We do not have any question, but you should have an understanding about the Companies Act. Okay, read this one. This will be useful for your higher studies, not for this time, but it is very important. That's why I am taking you now. Okay, students, thank you very much.